Behind the cape. I know it's been a while since we've kind of updated y'all on anything Marvel. This is the first thing I want to talk about. So I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all have probably seen Eyes of Wakanda, which is the newest series that Disney is talking a lot about. And I know it's been all over the Twitterverse. Not a fan. Not a fan. It's great that you guys want to go ahead and build up the world of Wakanda. That's amazing, right? But you picked almost the worst time to do so. Let's be honest. We need T'Challa back, and that's literally the first priority. I don't really want to see anything about Wakanda until we get T'Challa back. So if we can focus on making that happen first before we get any stories about any of the back lore or anything like that about Wakanda, that'd be great. Because otherwise, we're just going to start repeating mistakes that Marvel has made over and over and over again. And just by looking at this news story here, just from what I'm hearing about this whole Eyes of Wakanda series, it just doesn't sound like they're going in the right direction. Rather than focusing on a singular Black Panther, the Eyes of Wakanda will tell the stories of multiple warriors who have been tasked to travel the world retrieving dangerous vibranium artifacts from different points in the nation's history. That sounds like a story that would be great if we could also have a central character in the IP of Black Panther. Without that, it seems like you're just losing focus on everything that's happening in Wakanda, right? And that's kind of the problem that you had with Black Panther 2, right? You didn't have a central character in Black Panther 2 Wakanda Forever. And because of that, you kind of went all over the place trying to not so much focus on the central point, which would have been T'Challa. You did more of focusing on everybody else. And because of that, it was just too much. It was way too much. We got stories about literally Agent Ross. We got stories about Okoye. We got stories about everybody else but a central character. It just seems like we're getting more of the same here with this Eyes of Wakanda. The more Wakanda without T'Challa, the less essential they make him in his own franchise. Absolutely, Chillmonger. Absolutely agreed. They're just showing us more and more that they are willing to look in our face and give us more of this content without T'Challa, without a central focus. That central focus being a king, an African king. No T'Challa, no ticket, no views, no Disney Plus subs, no nothing Black Panther without T'Challa. I'm going to be honest with you. I think I'm still subbed to Disney Plus, but I haven't watched anything on Disney Plus, since Loki. But even then, Loki season 2 was kind of all right, but then Secret Invasion before that wasn't good. And they just been missing a lot with the series on Disney Plus. It's been absolutely trash. If T'Challa ain't in the center of it, throw it in the trash. Wakanda itself isn't that interesting. You feel me? Absolutely, Zingbeto. Absolutely. Eyes of Wakanda. It just seems like they're going to make way more mistakes than they are anything positive with Wakanda. I just don't see it. I don't see that there's literally anything about this story that I'm looking forward to because you haven't recasted T'Challa. I understand that there will probably be multiple Black Panthers from the past who are retrieving these dangerous vibranium artifacts. We'll probably get maybe a Killmonger sighting, a Claw sighting, all of that good stuff. But all of it will be null and void without T'Challa in the show. Maybe we'll see another Realities T'Challa. I'd be cool with that. Shout out to Breck Warren. I can't wait to watch it flop. Bro, I'm trying to tell you. What is it that's going to get me to actually watch The Eyes of Wakanda? You don't have a T'Challa, sir. What's going to get me to watch Eyes of Wakanda? You had that same problem with Black Panther 2. What's going to stop it here? Let's go ahead and get into this Jonathan Majors case. So, like I said before, we talked about the Jonathan Majors case, at least the week 1 with Chillmonger on the W's and L. So if you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and check that out. This week, we got driver's testimony, which actually ended up helping Jonathan Majors in my estimation. We got a trauma expert who testified and didn't really help the prosecution at all. And Grace Jabari's manager. Grace Jabari's manager seemed to say things that would, I guess, put Grace in a better light. But, I mean, let's be honest. We all know what Grace is. And we all know that, obviously, Grace's manager is going to say great things about Grace, even though she is no angel here at all. Sorry. Stephanie McMahon. My fault. Stephanie McMahon's manager went ahead and, said all these glowing things about her, and we all know, at the very worst, she didn't make this relationship any better simply by being a toxic alcoholic. But the jury, this is the biggest thing that I took from this week, is that the jury did not reach a deliberation on Friday. So obviously they've had all weekend to just go home and talk about it with people and peruse Twitter and look at different websites that may be biased. That to me is a bit of a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. And that tells me that there is at least one person in that jury who believes that Jonathan Majors could be guilty, which is a problem because all this overwhelming evidence seems to lead me to believe that he's not really guilty. If anything, the video alone of what happened should kind of tell you that bro's not guilty. So free Kang. I really want to see what the jury comes up with. I'm assuming they will probably come to a verdict on Monday, hopefully. So tomorrow, hopefully we'll hear something about it. I'm really not looking forward to any kind of obviously guilty verdict. I think what would also be bad is if we get some kind of hung jury, which won't help Jonathan Majors in his case to continue his career as one of the top actors in Hollywood right now. So, the last thing we need is either a guilty verdict or a hung jury, because even if we do get a hung jury, the perception of the public is still going to be that, he did whatever. So let's just hope great things for Jonathan Majors going forward. What do y'all think? Do y'all think Marvel will recast Jonathan Majors, even if he is innocent? If he's not, what do y'all think? Making the decision to go ahead and recast is probably one of the dumbest things that they could do. You've already shown that you can't really make decisions on the fly when it comes to losing major characters in your cinematic universe. So me personally, I believe that's probably one of the worst things that they could do. But I'm interested in what y'all think because I don't know, man. I kind of believe that regardless, Disney is cowardly and they will still probably cut ties. I know that reportedly they've already started trying to go a different route. So hopefully that does not happen. We need Kang. You've already shown him in Ant-Man. You've already shown him in Loki season 2. So recasting is probably one of the dumbest things they could do. But I don't know. We'll see. William Moloch says, T'Challa opened the border and everyone after he died closed it back up. Facts. Free Kang. Zang Beto, Stephanie chased that man like a runaway. Hey, man. Y'all gotta chill. She absolutely chased that man down, though, for no reason. Ma'am, this is not your phone. You cannot have this phone. Black Twitter already trying to end Jonathan Majors. You know what, though? At least from what I've seen on Twitter, it's very split, at least from what I've seen myself. Maybe I'm doing a little bit more digging and trying to find the people who are saying positive things about Jonathan Majors. But, I mean, you really just can't deny the evidence. And I feel like in this case specifically, you're seeing a little bit more of a split. It almost seems like black women more so are on the side of Stephanie, whereas black men are more on the side of Jonathan Majors, which I'm going to be honest is no surprise whatsoever. But, I think a lot of people are trying to see justice be held here with Jonathan Majors. If DC can stand by a barbarian Ezra, then Marvel better, you feel me? Marvel better stand by Jonathan Majors. Jonathan Majors didn't do anything close to what Ezra Miller did and is still doing as far as I know. So come on, fam. And you've already shown Jonathan Majors in multiple series. You've shown him in Ant-Man. You've shown him in Loki season 2. So what would be the explanation? You just going to pull another roadie? Come on now. With the big bad of the phase? I don't think so. Major shouldn't even be in a situation he did nothing wrong. In fact, he did everything right. And if you're going to tell me that some text from September proves that he's guilty, I don't want to have this conversation with you. I don't even want to have a conversation with you. Straight up. I'm on the side of right. Keita, shout out to you. I'm not saying all black women are on the side of Stephanie or all black men are on the side of Jonathan Majors. It's not everybody, but it's unfortunately A majority. I feel. These are just my opinions. Hey, fam, we haven't talked about it because obviously we haven't been here for a few weeks. The Marvels is doing absolutely horrendous, absolutely terrible in the box office. It's been out for a few weeks now. It's been out since November 10th. It is doing awful. 84 million domestic. The only MCU movie to not do 100 million. So I have to ask, chat, what do you think it is? Is it the lack of promotion? I mean, there was the actor strike and everything like that. So is it the lack of promotion, or do you think it's really superhero fatigue? I mean, look at the movie that came out before. Blue Beetle didn't do too much better. Actually, it didn't do better at all. Actually, I think it did even worse. But it's DC. We're not worried about that. Let me know what y'all think. If it's superhero fatigue, if it's lack of promotion, what do y'all think it really is? I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's a little bit of lack of promotion. It's a little bit of the fact that I don't think too many people care about Captain Marvel. People don't like Brie Larson, first of all, but people don't care that much about the Marvels. None of the characters, especially if you didn't see Miss Marvel, right? They didn't have that much about Monica Rambeau, right? And the only reason that the first Marvel movie, Captain Marvel movie, did anything is because it was sandwiched in between two other huge movies. The two biggest movies in MCU history, Endgame and Infinity War. That's literally the only reason that the first Captain Marvel movie did anything. So, I don't know. I believe it's a little bit of lack of promotion, but I just believe people just generally aren't interested all that much in Carol Danvers, right? And they're definitely not that interested in Monica Rambeau and Kamala Khan. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. I feel like you would have had to have given us a real introduction to Monica Rambeau, or given us something since WandaVision to make us care about Monica Rambeau. And the general Marvel fan, I'm not talking about those of us who are, but the general Marvel fan has no reason to care about Monica Rambeau. So, yeah, I think you failed miserably on that accord. I think people just don't like Brie Larson. Facts. The MCU's poor direction. Facts. Dude, the Marvel's villain is a chick with a grill in her mouth. Chick with a grill in her mouth. You could not be more lazy with that villain. Facts. Where's Monica's dad? Fam, agreed. Agreed on all these. The Marvels doing less than 100 million domestic is absolutely wild. But if anything, it's an indication that the direction that they want to go in with girl power and all this stuff that they're doing, probably not the best. But I wished better for Monica Rambeau because she deserves better. I wish better for Kamala Khan. Honestly, they're handling these characters terribly. And so, hopefully we'll get something. So, we have actually talked about this a little bit in one of our Behind the Capes from before, where Disney is looking to actually sell content to Netflix again. And we were kind of speculating on whether or not it was going to be, Marvel stuff, or maybe they were going to put some of that new content, the new street stuff, if they were going to move that over to Netflix. And it is not the case that they're going to do that. Instead, they're going to move over some content from ABC, Fox, FX, and even ESPN to Netflix, which is not what we expected. But let's take a listen to some of the shows that they're actually going to send over. The Wonder Years, This Is Us, My Wife and Kids, ESPN 30 for 30, The Resident, White Collar, Reba, Archer, How I Met Your Mother, Lost, Prison Break, The Hughleys, The Bernie Mac Show, and Home Improvement. Honestly, I feel like some of these series for ESPN and ABC and Fox are huge shows. Shows like Lost, Prison Break, The Bernie Mac Show, Home Improvement, My Wife and Kids, ESPN's 30 for 30 are insanely popular titles. So that tells me that Disney was willing to put forth some of the best content that they owned that was not Marvel, that was not Star Wars. And they wanted to lean it more towards things that were from their ABC, their Fox, and whatever they could from ESPN. But this still tells me that Disney is a sinking ship. Let Netflix make Daredevil again because Disney not going to do it right. Facts. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. I don't have anything else. Like I told y'all before, I will be doing these live streams every Sunday now until Marcus comes back. Marcus is coming back. He will be back. Look forward to it. If y'all got any questions, feel free to drop a comment. You know what I'm saying? I will be trying my best to respond to everything.